It is time to get down to business and begin the UEFA Champions League group stage draw. Pedro and myself will now make way for the draw experts. So please, he listens now after 3 years, right? Please welcome them as they join us onto the stage. The UEFA Champions League Deputy General Secretary? I'm sorry, how could I get that one wrong? The King, Giorgio Marchetti, and Michael Hesselspert, the head of UEFA Club Competitions. Pleasure to have you both here. Giorgio, over to you.
Thank you very much, Reshmin, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the draw ceremony for the 2019-2020 UEFA Champions League group stage. I would like to start by congratulating the 32 teams who have qualified for the world's most prestigious club competition and now dream of lifting this last year's trophy aloft on the 30th of May. The road to Istanbul starts today, and over the coming months, we will all be looking forward to some exciting action on the pitch as the best clubs from across Europe go head-to-head. However, before we get to the draw, let's take a quick look at the technical procedure.
The 32 teams have been allocated to 4 pots in accordance with the following principles. Pot 1 will comprise the UEFA Champions League title holder, Liverpool FC, and the UEFA Europa League title holder, Chelsea FC, as well as the domestic champions of the 6 top-ranked associations in the access list. The remaining 24 teams have been divided into 3 pots, based on their position in the UEFA Club Coefficient ranking. Since the same number of UEFA Champions League matches are played on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, the groups are divided in 2 colours, red for groups A to D and blue for groups E to H. The red groups will play on one match night and the blue groups will play on the other. This will alternate from match day to match day. For TV coverage reasons, every 2 teams from one country are paired in order to be split into red and blue groups. Please also note that based on a decision taken by the UEFA Executive Committee, teams from Russia and Ukraine shall not be drawn in the same group. The Champions League and Europa League title holders, as well as the domestic champions of Pot 1, will be drawn first. Starting with Pot 1, a ball is drawn at random and open to display the name. The team drawn is placed in the first available group in alphabetical order from A to H, as indicated by the computer, and in accordance with the established principles. For example, if the team drawn has all 8 options from A to H available, it will be automatically allocated to Group A. If the team drawn has 4 options available from E to H, for example, it will be automatically allocated to Group E, and so on. This procedure will be repeated until all the teams of Pot 1 are allocated in the 8 groups. For Pot 2, a ball will be drawn at random and open to display the name. The computer will then show which groups are available for this club, in accordance with the established principles such as country protection and TV pairings. A draw is then made to determine which of these available groups the clubs are assigned to. It must be noted that the number of options available to a team depends not only on the team's own attributes, for example, winter venue, and those of the teams already drawn, but also on the attributes of the other teams still to be drawn. This is due to the computer calculations needed to anticipate all possible scenarios and to prevent any deadlock situation. Once the 8 teams of Pot 2 have been allocated, the same procedure will apply for Pots 3 and 4 to complete all the groups. Once the draw procedure has been completed, a computer draw will determine the final position of all clubs within the 8 groups, as the position in the group determines the match schedule. In this respect, the computer will ensure that stadium clashes and winter venues are taken into account. The match calendar will be released 3 hours after the draw ceremony.
Okay, so that's how the technical part of the draw works. Let's take a look at the teams in Pot 1. And this pot includes the defending champions Liverpool, along with Chelsea, Barcelona, Manchester City, Juventus, Bayern Munich, Paris Saint-Germain, and Zenit. These teams combine for 19 titles, Giorgio. Over to you to kick us off with the draw.
Thank you very much, Pedro. Yes, 19 titles are waiting to be allocated into groups. Thanks God, as you've seen, we have computers today. It will be difficult without. We start, ladies and gentlemen, the UEFA Champions League 1920 starts now, with Wesley showing us the first team occupying the first group of the UEFA Champions League. They will be allocated this first spot straight in alphabetical order, unless we have a case of pairing and the team is moved to the second part.
PSG.
So Paris Saint-Germain, it is the first team drawn in this UEFA Champions League to Group A. So Paris Saint-Germain, French champions, are in Group A. Paris Saint-Germain would have reached the semi-final in 1999. And the second team is
Bayern München.
the German champions, FC Bayern München, go to Group B. So Group B for the 5-time winners of the UEFA Champions League, the team which has a record of 16 successive home wins in the group stage and the knockout phase of Champions League between 14 and 17.
Manchester City.
Manchester City. So now we move to the champions of the English Premier League, Manchester City. Group C for Manchester City, which will chase again this fantastic silverware after their best result in 2016, where they reached semi-finals.
Juventus.
And now another team topping one of the top leagues, Juventus, Group D, for the Italian champions of Juventus, which is the Italian team which has had the most matches in the UEFA Champions Cup and Champions League, 271.
Liverpool.
Liverpool. So the title holders of Liverpool are now in Group E of this Champions League, and they will bring there their 6 titles, European titles. So let's see now.
Barcelona.
And now it is the turn of FC Barcelona. So we have completed the round of the champions in these leagues. Group F for FC Barcelona. Again, another 5-time winners in this competition.
Zenit.
And Football Club Zenit, St. Petersburg, Group G for Football Club Zenit, which had the best results in seasons 12, 14, and 16, reaching the round of 16. And this time we will try to do better.
Chelsea.
And finally, Chelsea FC, the winners of the UEFA Europa League 2019, are in Group H. And with this, we have completed the part of the top seeds.
Fantastic, Giorgio. Thank you very much.
Time now to get back to the draw. So let's take a look at the clubs in pot 2. And this pot includes the likes of teams that are perennial contenders as well and have won a variety of titles, like the record winners, Real Madrid, of course, 4-time winners, Ajax, 2-time winners, Benfica. So this is where it starts to get really interesting, Giorgio, as teams are drawn together. Over to you.
Yes, and this makes up 20 titles. So if we had 19 in the first pot, we have 20 titles combined here in the second pot, which looks really impressive. And that's when the real excitement starts. Let's see who will play who. First team of the second pot.
Tottenham.
Tottenham Hotspur, the finalists of last year. We have 3 groups which are possible for Tottenham Hotspur. These are groups A, B, and D. So Tottenham Hotspur was the last club to make the Champions League final for the first time. And the last 3 clubs who made it were all clubs from London: Tottenham Hotspur, Chelsea, and Arsenal.
You've been studying the record books again, Giorgio.
We start
Staying up till 5 o'clock in the
study the
morning.
record book and the geography as well.
And it's a Group B.
Group B. So Tottenham Hotspur will play together with Bayern München in Group B. And that already gives us some spice and excitement.
Ajax.
And again, to look back to next season, we need Ajax. Ajax can go into each of the 7 groups, A, C, D, E, F, G, H. So Ajax, I think we all need to praise this team, this club, what they've done in the last season. They were fantastic with their very young team, going up to 1 inch from the final.
Few seconds.
A few seconds, having started in the second qualifying round.
Yep. Just made it through this week.
Yes. Second team,
And it's a Group H.
Group H. Group H means that Ajax will face Chelsea FC in Group H. Now we're ready for the third team and the third amazing pairing of this Champions League. This time,
Borussia Dortmund.
Borussia Dortmund. So Borussia Dortmund can be drawn into 3 groups, E, F, G. So these groups are possible for Borussia Dortmund, which had an interesting record in 1819. So the first German team finishing group stage with 5 clean sheets. So German football is famous for its attacking phase, but Borussia were very good defensively as well.
And Borussia goes to Group F.
Group F for Borussia Dortmund, which means that they will face the like of FC Barcelona. Now, ready to see another team?
So it's the 4th team to be drawn from this pot.
Yes. Oh.
Benfica.
Benfica. So Benfica can go into 5 groups, A, C, D, E, and G. So no condition in this case. So Benfica, twice winners of the UEFA Champions League, and also the second team with the most participations in this European Cup, 39, second only to Real Madrid.
It's a Group G.
Group G for Benfica, they will play together with Football Club Zenit St. Petersburg in Group G. So we are ready for the 5th team of this second pot. And this time
Real Madrid.
it is the all-time record holder of Real Madrid, 13 times winner of the UEFA Champions Cup and Champions League. So for Real Madrid, we will have 3 possibilities, Group A or C or D.
Going to get a big clash either way, I think.
It will be interesting.
Group A.
So the group of Real Madrid is Group A, together with Paris Saint-Germain. So Wesley, as a former Real Madrid player, I think you will be looking forward to this clash.
Definitely. Nice game. Shakhtar Donetsk.
And now FC Shakhtar Donetsk, the champions of Ukraine. C, D, or E are the possibilities for this club, which was quarter-finalist in 2011. So for Shakhtar Donetsk, now Peter will soon tell us which is the group.
It's a Group C.
Group C. So Group C for Shakhtar Donetsk together with Manchester City. So only two groups now are left to be completed. We're talking about D and E. And the next team is
Napoli.
Napoli. So Napoli has only one group available, no other possibilities. The group is Group E. And Napoli will face Liverpool again. It's nothing new for them. It was, if I'm not wrong, the same situation in the group phase of last year. So Napoli and Liverpool falling together in the same group.
Atletico de Madrid.
And to finish, we have now Juventus and Atletico de Madrid, who know each other very well, having played in the knockout phase this year. Group D is now Juventus and Atletico de Madrid.
It is time to get back to the draw. So let's take a look at the teams in pot 3. Now, these include the 3-time winners Inter, as well as some finalists from previous years like Valencia, Club Brugge, and Bayer Leverkusen as well. Giorgio, over to you.
Yes, and the going is getting tougher now with this third group, as the groups are taking real shape.
16 down, 16 to go.
Yes, halfway through.
Halfway.
And here we go. First team drawn in pot number 3.
Internazionale.
That's FC Internazionale Milano. We have 3 possibilities for Internazionale, groups F, G, or H. Internazionale 3-time winners of the Champions League and the last Italian club to win.
With Wesley.
With Wesley on the field, Jose Mourinho on the bench.
Yes.
Let's see the group.
It's a Group F.
Group F for Inter. That means quite a tough group, actually. FC Barcelona, Borussia Dortmund, and Inter. So we are ready to go with another one.
Bayer Leverkusen.
Bayer Leverkusen has 6 possibilities, A, C, D, E, G, and H. For Bayer Leverkusen, the finalists from 2002, where they were at the bad luck of bumping into certain Zinedine Zidane, who volleyed the ball straight into the net to break the dreams of this team. But they can try again this season, of course.
In Hampton, right?
Hampden Park, yes.
Group D.
Group D. So Group D means that Bayer Leverkusen will be competing against Juventus and Atletico de Madrid. So Wesley, you can tell us now what's the next team and where it will go. It will be better to tell us.
Valencia.
So Valencia, Club de Football. Groups E, G, and H are available for Valencia, where the finalists twice, 2000 and 2001. So the first participation, Valencia reached immediately the final of the UEFA Champions League and repeated the performance the following season.
Against Real and Bayern.
Real Madrid and Bayern München.
Valencia goes to Group H.
Group H for Valencia together with Chelsea and with Ajax. So we can already anticipate another very competitive group here with these 3 teams.
Looks okay.
Very experienced in Europe.
Salzburg.
And now we go with FC Salzburg, which have 5 possibilities, A, B, C, E, and the G. So these are the possibilities for FC Salzburg, which is the second participation in the group stage after 1994-95. Salzburg, they've been actually chasing the group phase many times over the past few seasons.
Over the playoffs, yeah.
And finally, they made it this year.
Group E.
Group E for FC Salzburg, together with Liverpool and Napoli. So we have 4 teams left in this pot, for groups, obviously. The first of these 4 teams
Dinamo.
is G&K Dinamo, which can be allocated into groups A, B, or C. These are the 3 possibilities for Dinamo Zagreb at their 7th participation in the UEFA Champions League group stage.
Dinamo, who qualified this week as well through the playoffs.
Yes, beating Rosenborg in a tight playoff game.
Dinamo goes to C.
Group C for G&K Dinamo, together with Manchester City and Shakhtar Donetsk. 3 teams are left, Wesley. Thank you for telling us. So from Greece, Olympiacos FC can be allocated to Group A or Group B. So it's a simple draw for Olympiacos, quarterfinalists in '89. And they are at the 19th participation in Champions League. They are number 7 in the European ranking for number of participations.
Group B.
Group B for Olympiacos, together with Bayern and with Tottenham Hotspur. Only 2 teams are left, and the groups, which are unattended yet by any team of this pot, are Group A and Group G.
Club Brugge.
Group Bruges, and for Bruges we only have 1 chance, 1 possibility. Group A for Bruges, together with Paris Saint-Germain and Real Madrid. And only 1 team is left. We want to see this name coming out of the ball.
Olympique Lyon.
And the name is the name of Olympique Lyonnais. And for Olympique Lyonnais, obviously, we have Group G, where the other teams are Football Club Zenit, St. Petersburg, and Benfica.
Time now to conclude the draw. Let's take a look at the clubs in pot 4 that will be completing the group stages. And they include the first-time competitors in this stage of the competition, Atalanta. And we've got a former winner as well. I won't say it in Serbo-Croat, I'll say it in English, Red Star. That's a lot easier for me. Galatasaray as well, Henk Leipzig, Lokomotiv Moscow, Lille, and Slavia Prague. Over to you.
And only 1 team per group, and we will know everything about this year's Champions League. The first team is
Atalanta.
So the beginners of Champions League of Atalanta, they have 3 possibilities, Group A, B, or C. The very first participation in the group stage, thanks to a fantastic season they had last year, finishing 3rd in the Serie A.
Group C.
Group C for Atalanta. And this group, so it's the first group to be completed with Manchester City, Shakhtar Donetsk, Dinamo Zagreb, and Atalanta. Wesley, we can move on to another team.
So we don't do group by group.
To complete a second group.
He was just saying, just highlight.
Leipzig.
So this time it's Rasenball Leipzig. We can allocate Leipzig to 3 groups, or the groups are E, or G, or H. These are the possibilities for Leipzig, which is now at their 2nd participation in the Champions League group stage after the edition of 2 years ago. And in 1 second, we will see which is the group of Leipzig.
Group G.
G. So Group G, with Leipzig, we have Football Club Zenit, Benfica, and Olympique Lyonnais.
So 2 groups now complete.
Yes, Group C and G.
Lokomotiv Moscow.
And now we have Lokomotiv Moscow For Lokomotiv Moscow, the possibilities are Group A or Group B or Group D. For Lokomotiv, it made the round of 16 15 years ago, 2004. So the group of Lokomotiv is
Group D.
Group D, which is now completed with Juventus, Atletico de Madrid, Bayer Leverkusen and Lokomotiv Moscow. Yes, Wesley, please give us another team of this pot.
Slavia Prague.
There's a time of Slavia Praha. Slavia can go into the 5 open groups, A, B, E, F, and H for Slavia, coming also from the playoffs. They played yesterday against Cluj. Second time in the group stage for Slavia Prague after 2007 and 2008.
Special meaning also for Petr being from Czech Republic as well, drawing out the group.
Slavia Praha to the Group F.
Group F for Slavia Praha. It's quite a challenging group, actually, for this Czech team. Barcelona, Borussia Dortmund, Inter, and Slavia Praha. Another 4 teams to go.
Yeah. I don't know if his friends back in the Czech Republic are going to be too happy with that, Petr. Turn off your phone now.
Lille.
LOSC Lille. So LOSC Lille from France. The groups are B or E or H. For Lille, back to Champions League. They made the round of 16 in 2007. That's their best achievement so far. And let's see how they will try again to qualify for this round of 16. In which group? Which are the opponents?
It's a Group H.
H. H means that they will have to face the likes of Chelsea, Ajax, and Valencia. Not an easy group either, I would say. Third last team.
Genk.
Genk. So the Belgian champions of Genk have only one possibility, and that's Group E. So we allocate Genk to Group E together with Liverpool, Napoli, and FC Salzburg. And we have 2 teams left in the pot to be drawn.
Now you have to help me. Zvezda.
Crvena Zvezda, so the Red Star Belgrade, is the first team, or the first of the last 2 teams. Both groups are possible for Crvena Zvezda, and the groups are A and B. We'll see if it's A or B. For Red Star.
Crvena Zvezda to the Group B.
Group B. So together with Bayern, Tottenham Hotspur, and Olympiacos. So only one team is left, Wesley. We can imagine which team it is, but you have to tell us.
My ex-team, no?
Most probably, yes. And from the city where we'll go to play a final.
Galatasaray.
Yes, it is Galatasaray, and Galatasaray completes the last open group, Group A, together with Paris Saint-Germain, Real Madrid, and Bruges.
So there you have it. The lineup for next season's UEFA Champions League group stages has been set. Let's go through the 8 groups, starting with A. We'll have Paris Saint-Germain, Real Madrid, Club Bruges, and Galatasaray. In B, it's Bayern Munich, Tottenham, Olympiacos, and Red Star.
In Group C, debutants Atalanta will be facing Manchester City, Shakhtar Donetsk and Dinamo. Group D, it's Juventus, Atletico, Bayer Leverkusen and Lokomotiv Moscow.
We've got Liverpool, Napoli, Salzburg, and Henk in Group E. While in F, it's Barcelona, Borussia Dortmund, Internazionale, and Slavia Prague.
Group G, Zenit St. Petersburg, Benfica, Olympique Lyonnais and Leipzig. And we end with a really tasty one. Group H, Chelsea, Ajax, Valencia and Lille.
That's right, we're all looking forward to next season's competitions. Our thanks for now to our special guests with us here this evening, Petr Cech and Wesley Sneijder, for helping out with the draw, and also, of course, Michael and Giorgio. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.